saying you switch, you won't. My bitch, she wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the haters, I make a lot of new money, When it's not saving, Be liking my flavor, I think these cars, watch out, I never switch, I never switch.
Since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long, say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out the back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these 4 things pull out the bill. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
Coach, they love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the Baltimore Ravens. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Henry. I'm coming.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He completes it to Peak. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. At the 31-yard line. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. First down, Vikings. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Second and 5. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Matt Judon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Now back to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's got peaked. That's good for 28 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Set, ready. Hey, hold on. Shoot the man. If you don't get this, boy, you think you're going to get three. Come. You think you're going to get this? Pick the edge. Come.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Now it's Jackson for the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly.
Taking it right down Broadway. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have retaken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Looking to throw. And Diggs has it. And nothing but daylight ahead. 20, 10, 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go. Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Check, check, check.
Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
On the set. Mike 57. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again. Show it up. Show it up.
On third down, Jackson. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here on the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn it into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. It's complete to Diggs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Ravens' 33-yard line.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
14, Ravens 10.
On 2nd down now. It's Cook. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
No, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Back to throw. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really competent throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Ingram. He's got the first down and more past midfield. He's at the 30. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. A big effort that time out of Ingram. 49 yards on the ground.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Go.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Jackson. Being chased out left. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, it's Hill. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Now a play fake here on first down. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
They'll look to throw, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Our first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from Green Bay, and the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out.
Ready? 18 on it. 58 right there.
On second down, it's Ingram trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. And he's got his man Hilton. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows what...
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season, as they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. Tucker with the extra point, and this is back to an 8-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Watch the ship.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Watch out for him on the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Go. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Throwing again on second down. Jackson. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. Jackson now off the bootleg. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Alert flare, flare. Hey, kill, turn up. Kill, turn up. 99,
Here's Ingram. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson, he's going to air one out. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a gain of 35.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Hey, alert 3.
from the gun. Jackson. He's got it to Hilton. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there in man coverage. But you take the chance that you get to the quarterback, and so he gets completion here. Congratulations. Keep coming at it, and hopefully it pays off by the end of the game that you're starting to get to him while still able to cover on the back end. Brandon, if I wanted to run the football this close to the goal line, I think I just turn around and hand it to my tailback. Too many things could go wrong in this situation. I think they're fortunate just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Watch the safety creep. Watch that. Jack, rock.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Throwing is Jackson to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
First down, Minnesota.
Ready. Check back. Slow.
They'll run on first down. Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Tim Williams makes the tackle. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He gets it here to Pete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go.
On first down, it's Cook. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook.
You ain't doing nothing today.
And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens 32.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And the Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 49-yard line. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. The attempt on the dime, and he has it. What a catch. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Jackson now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's first and 10.
Check out, read. Check. Crunch.
Here's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up second and 10. Here's Jackson throwing again. This one complete to Ingram. Call it a gain of 3. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Ravens on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is third and 7. Again, Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal.
He's checking. He's going to crash.
They'll run here with Ingram, and this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up second and goal at the Vikings 8-yard line.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Ingram with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead is now 2. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Everyone got 4 down.
They run it again with Cook. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tim Williams, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he finds Cook. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. Cook takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Second and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So it just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. He's back to throw, and this is Cook with a grab. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll run for it. Cook. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing now is Jackson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long third down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Jackson to throw. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Ingram. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Baltimore, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff